Hello, right now I decided to do a quick tutorial on how to do and use Media Edit 3. That's what I use to do all of my editing for video, and I'll create a new project. For simplicity's sake, I'm going to put it in 1080p because that's the resolution I'll be working in, and we'll give it a title for what I'll be doing. Let's see, I need to figure out quickly. Which video, the last one I had was 9, okay, so we'll make it 10. I'm making my next Dragon Age video. So first, I put LP for Let's Play Dragon Age, and then 10 for the thing. So I have my own naming scheme, but it doesn't have to be this, of course. Up here you'll see that I'm recording. That's a non-issue, but once I click that button, it takes a second. And it works, but here's the full screen version. I will insert from my Dragon Age 2 folder, number 10, the audio first, and then the video. There are a lot of things you can do with this program. I will show you sort of what I do in my own editing, and then give sort of an overview of what is possible with the system, with the program. So first I have to sync up my audio and my video because I recorded them separately. So let's hear how off it is. Record. Alright. Oh, and that's low volume, so let's turn it up. Hello and welcome everybody. This is MOS with more. See, that's a little bit late, I think. So let me hear it again. Record. Alright. Hello and welcome everybody. This is MOS with more. In this episode, we're going to continue up Sundermount Passage.
I'm sorry.
And continue on this quest.
You're not really seeing the.
Okay, so this has to be delayed slightly, I think. Let's play Dragon Age 2. In this episode, we're going to continue up Sundermount Passage and continue on this quest. No, it's too late, so I have to move it. I don't know why I don't have my syncing for this. Hello and welcome everybody. This is MOS with more of Let's Play Dragon Age 2. In this episode, we're going to continue up Sundermount Passage and continue on this quest.
I'm sorry.
That looks about right, I think. So I'll right now what I just did was I split the this where I want to cut the say that this is the beginning where I want to call it the beginning, so I'm going to cut right here and then delete them and move everything into position. So now when I start the beginning, hello and welcome, it starts out with that phrase like I always do, and except for this video, and then here at the end I will check and see where it ends and up. So I will see you guys next time, and I will cut usually right about here. And so usually it's very simple. I'll do some sort of music and voice balancing so that I can hear it with my audio through my headset, which means that everybody else on YouTube can hear it. So then I'll save the project, and then normally I'll go export to YouTube, which I'll show in a moment. But first, I'd like to show what you can do here. If you select a clip, you can change the balance, the treble, the bass. You can change the volume. You can change the duration. You can select masks for video and all those things like that. You can change the volume, the balance, the bass, treble, salt, etc. Now in here, you can insert text. So if you wanted to put in text here and I wanted to put in some text and I said insert, well, now it's going to insert 5 seconds of text right there. So it'll show you text here, and you can make it scroll. You can do a bunch of things like that. So it's not really, well, for my purposes, not terribly useful, but I can do it. It's not very hard. Then if I wanted to paint, for instance, this is like a mini Photoshop, like you can, or like paint even, I guess. So if I wanted to paint here, I could draw a line here, that, but I'm not going to do those because that would just be weird. But yes, you could paint, you could, so to make it more visible, I guess I'll put it up here and say it's red. So you could paint with a line size, so you can see there's a line. So therefore you can like box things in and show things what they are. Then with audio, you could see that I'm talking in my headset. I can record this if I want, but but I'm not going to. There are instruments here like this, and you could use those if you want. Yes, so there's a whole bunch of different things that you can do. You can import your own audio. You can add more. There's a bunch of sound effects. Like here's a bomb. So you have all these possibilities.
Delicious.
If you want to. So if you wanted to make something with extra sound effects like that, you could do it. You can go through all these different effects here and preview them with video, and it takes a really long time for this editor to do it, but you can do it. You can crop, rotate, pan, zoom. You can set the beginning state and end state, flip horizontally, vertically. You can do all these different things, and actually fairly complicated stuff. Like you can blur, smooth, invert, which is not what you think it is, but it's invert colors. You can reverse direction, fade to black, fade from black, stylize, sepia tone, texture, oil paint, diffuse, etc. So you have all these effects for video, which you can then do. I've only messed with a few of those. And then you can have transitions between different things. So if you want to have pictures or movies that go together, you can do random transitions, crossfade, standard wipe, and all these different things. So in general, this editor was not nearly as expensive as a lot of the other editors that do these sorts of things. Like I think this was $60 or something like that when I bought it, which compared to other Mac type applications was a lot less expensive. That's my reason mostly for choosing it, and it works, and it exports correctly to YouTube. There are some things that annoy me a little bit about it, which is first it will compress the layers together, and then it will export it, which means that it will never screw up the syncing, which is good, but it takes forever, which is bad. So watch right now. This is, if you look down here, it's about just under 26 minutes. So let's export to YouTube, and you'll see, once it starts the rendering, how long it really does take. And then I'll end off the video. But you'll be able to understand just how long it takes for me to render these videos. And yeah, see, it'll probably take about 4 hours or so just to compress the layers, and then it'll take another 4 hours to export it. Also, I'm on a laptop, so I don't expect it to be very fast. But in case you're wondering, it does take a long time. The compressing the layers is a shorter amount of time than the final export, and sometimes the other way around, but mostly the exporting takes longer. And if you look on my thing here, where is it? CPU. You'll see that it jumps up, and I use quite a bit when I normally am down in this range. When I'm processing, I'm all the way up to the top, so I use a lot of my computer's hard drive, or not hard drive, a lot of my computer's power just to render the video, and it still takes about 4 hours to render half an hour of video or under half an hour of video. Um, then again, it is 1080p, but still, it does take a long time. Where a lot of people on desktops can get away with something in the range of half an hour max, 20 minutes, you know. And then the only saving grace, though, I guess, is while it ends up being a fairly large file, I can upload it to YouTube really quick because the internet speed here at school is really fast. So this morning, for instance, I uploaded a video that was about 3.5 gigabytes, and it took about a half an hour, which is good. Um, but in general, video processing takes a long time. That's why I don't always come out with a video every day. Sometimes it's because I'm lazy, sometimes because I have a lot of school, but most of the time it's because it makes my computer very slow, and when I have to do other things, I don't want to process video because it takes a long, long time. So, I hope you guys understand that, and now I hope this is also a good tutorial for people who want to know how to use Media Edit 3. And before I do go, however, there are some things up here. There are the exports, the edit functions, the projects where you can show how big it is, you can play it, background, delete background, all these extra things. Things I didn't go into is you can create new layers. So there's 2 layers here. I can make a 3rd one, a 4th one. You can capture video, and save it, undo it, redo it, cut, copy, paste. Those are normal. Split, which I showed you. Join is if you have 2 of them and you click 2 of them right next to each other. You can say join. You can also unjoin them. You can scale it so you can make things bigger, smaller. Actually, I've never really messed with it, so I don't know whether it slows things down or just makes the clip longer. You can extract the audio and the video separately, and then you can play the video and all that stuff. So it comes with a help thing, which is not always that helpful, but I thought that a good showing would be me actually using it. And yes, so I think up here 12 minutes is probably more than enough. It'll take me 2 hours to render it anyway. So anyway, thank you very much. I hope you guys learned something from this. If there are any Mac users out there, this will certainly help you create quality, high-definition videos for YouTube or any other reason for that matter. That, again, is another reason why I chose this editor over the built-in iMovie, because iMovie does not do 1080p, and I wanted to do 1080p with a lot of the games I use. Like, for instance, I'll put this 1440 by 900 into 1080 with a border or something, because that way it won't compress the screen. And if I'm using my Xbox, which exports 720 expanded to 1080, I can still make a 1080 movie like this here and show it correctly. Whereas if I were to do it in iMovie, the best I could hope for is 480, 480p, which is not great. It's not even HD at all, and it will look like shit. You couldn't read half the things that are on the screens at any time. So that was really my impetus for getting this, and it was the cheapest for what it did. So I highly recommend it if you want a cheap video editor that does do HD and does essentially everything that Final Cut will do, but again, it's cheaper and really easy to work with. So thank you guys for watching. Come back for more videos. I'll hopefully have some more tutorials to go with what I do, and some more Let's Plays and all of that stuff. So thank you very much.